Good morning, Groovy Souls. Snow on the trail here. I hope you're doing well. It's nice to be back here with you guys. I took a couple days off, watched Die Hard on Christmas Day, all of the good holiday traditions that mark a fine tradition of the year. George C. Scott in A Christmas Carol, one of my absolutely biggest holiday favorites. Just cannot get enough of that. But as we seal away Mariah Carey and Wham's Christmas music, for another year, only for it to rise again on November 1st to haunt us once again in the shopping centers and the malls. A lot of people are looking forward towards New Year's resolutions and things like that, and New Year's resolutions don't really work very well for me. And I don't think they work very well for most people, if you were to ask my opinion. And I think that's because they're too rigid. I'm going to get up, at this time every day. I'm going to run this far, and I'm not going to do this. I am going to do this, and it's going to be like 100% perfect, and da da da. If you don't allow for failure states, if you don't allow for an expansion within those goals, if you're so rigid that you're constrained to one narrow alleyway, it's not sustainable. Like I've talked about, there is no perfect progression of growth. It's more of a sine wave than an exponential curve. And so as I go into 2026 and I think about my goals, I'm looking back on 2025. I've had some real slow months these last couple months in England. Weather, illness, sickness, timing, holidays, Christmas pudding, vegan Christmas pudding. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely caloric. Things have slowed me down a little bit. And that's okay. As I go back into 2026, as we go forward, not back, I'm thinking that I want to explore more. I want to spend most of the year next year out there on the roads, on the trails, as I'm planning to do, and sharing it with you guys. I'll be making more long-form videos of me out on the trail, just me sharing the journey with you, talking to the camera, bringing you along with me. And Hippie back in Washington will be editing all those together and getting them posted for you. And the reason is hope, Groovy Souls. Because, you look at the news, and there are undeniably bad things happening in our world. But that's not the only things that are happening in our world. As I traveled in 2025, I found a world of wonder and welcome. I found people that they didn't care where I was from. They were just, happy to be happy with me. There was a lot of sharing and welcome and openness. And as I go into 2026, I'm not going to ignore the dark. I'm not going to ignore the light either. In fact, I'm going to chase that dawn everywhere I can. We'll see you out.